Hey guys, Jade here. Thanks for popping into Lukewarm Tea. I know we've been gone for a couple of weeks, and there are some reasons for that, but for what it's worth, we will be back on Wednesday. One of the reasons for the sudden hiatus is I pushed my computer to its graphical limits and was forced to reset it due to a graphics driver issue. I lost a lot of files, and frankly, the video wasn't really working out anyway. Just didn't feel worth the time to start from raw files again, especially since I was dancing along the edges of missing deadlines on my actual work, and as much as I love and value this channel, bills need to be paid. With everything feeling so nuts, we started getting a bit overwhelmed, which also sort of led us into a bit of a brick wall. You see, when we started talking about doing this podcast slash live stream channel, whatever you want to call it, we contemplated doing pre recorded, but decided against it because the reality is we all have our real life and our actual jobs to still take care of. We had no idea we would have so many eyes on us so fast, and that growth period most channels have to figure out what works best for them was kind of non existent. So we had to stop and breathe and regroup, and we've had a lot of comments full of great ideas and criticism, ranging from valid to frankly some ridiculous, but whether it gave us a chuckle or an idea, it was certainly appreciated. The truth is, we're going to keep the advice that makes sense, and outside of that, we're going to do what we do. Despite some of the misunderstandings that have been going around, this is just a silly podcast, video, live streaming, whatever you want to call it, where we as a group of three very good friends can shoot the shit and talk about the topics that interest us, and maybe they'll even interest some of you. Sometimes those are going to be funny topics, and sometimes they're going to be serious, and sometimes it's going to be about girl world, when it gets interesting, because it's something we three certainly do have in common in one way or another. And eventually, I hope that what we're all about will become more clear as we stumble through this process. Hell, we may be the best podcasters in the history of podcasts, or we may never be good at this at all, and we'll have a tiny crash and burn over here on this little corner of the internet. And hey, that's also totally fine. We really won't know until we try, and hopefully, some of you guys will come along for the ride. As for me and who I am, I know some of you recognize me as Jade Speculation Station, and most of you have never heard of me before in your life. I had a small but fun little channel, and it was great, but it's hard to pivot content when you start in Girl World, and frankly, I got burnt out. I wanted to just make it an archive channel, but in the end, I deleted it because there was some logistics with me being able to go live on my gaming channel, and I regret that all the time. I just didn't want the hassle of dealing with YouTube, and well, that was certainly a mistake that I plan to rectify when I have a little bit more time and energy. There are videos that I have made that I still want out there. There's also a false narrative going around about who I am from people who tried and failed to dox me from a very specific community. And if you're interested, I do implore you to go look into it. Nothing I say here and now is going to make much of a difference. And since it's not true, it frankly doesn't apply to me. And so I just don't find I have much to say on the subject. With all that addressed, I look forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday. So, Jade signing out. Take care of yourselves.
Hey everyone, I know there haven't been anything said really by us for the last 2 weeks. We did record a good bit and we lost everything. A little frustrating for us, so we kind of had to just take a step back, take a break, try to figure out what we're going to do. What we decided to do is we're going to go live on Wednesday and talk with you guys just about what we want to do going forward, stuff like that. We don't just want to cover Girl World. We do want to cover anything and everything from internet drama, movies, games, things that we're all interested in, our passions, your guys' passions, anything like that. We never wanted to just stay in one bubble. I want to get one thing out the way though. This isn't just my podcast. It is a podcast with friends. All three of us share in it. It's mine, it's Nerfy's, it's Jade's. So I know there was some miscommunication, when we started. It is everyone's podcast. It is Lukewarm Tea. But yeah, I do hope that you guys come join us on Wednesday. We'd love to see you. We miss you guys. We miss you guys a lot. I miss you guys a lot too. And we will go from there. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you guys have a great week. If it's day where you're at, I hope you guys have a good day. If it's night where you're at, I hope you guys have a good night. My signature sign off. Well, I'll see you guys Wednesday.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, or whatever it happens to be for all of you lovely people out there. My name is Nerfy, and I am the third part of Lukewarm Tea. We've been gone a couple of weeks because of some technical difficulties, and we should be coming back loud and in purple this Wednesday. After a very loud entrance onto YouTube, our channel got a lot of attention and we got it very, very quickly. But this isn't a bad thing. In fact, we view it as something that's not only exciting, but invigorating. However, as with everything in life, some things can get a bit overwhelming, and sometimes you have to put it down and walk away, at least for a little bit. That's where I've been. I've been taking a small break from my channel, my live streams, and Lukewarm Tea in order to get my own mental health back in line. Like everyone, I have to sometimes step aside and take a break as well. I have a life outside of YouTube, and everything all just seemed to hit me all at once. It could be a blow, but it's something that I advise everybody to do from time to time, and think about your mental health. I am feeling much better, and I'm taking things kind of slow. We started Lukewarm Tea as a podcast to be about a little bit of everything we enjoy: anime, video games, movies, internet drama, and just to invite our friends for a conversation so that we can just sit and talk about everything from Girl World to internet drama to Reddit. We have gotten a lot of criticism, good and bad, after our last 2 episodes. And those of you that know me from my channel know that I welcome criticism, good, bad, and everything in between. As Jade has said, we will be listening to your criticism and taking in what we can and kindly declining what we can't. We want to build this podcast into something great, where we can have our friends come on, we can just sit and talk, or we can just sit and laugh with all of you. We want this to be fun, and we want to build it up with all of you. Don't forget to come back this Wednesday for the podcast. I may be here, or I may be out hunting some Jabberwockies. Who knows? But I do know that 2 of my best friends will definitely be here. So until we see each other again, if you take meds, don't forget to take your meds. If you do not take meds, go outside, touch some grass, drink some water, and as always, have the day that you deserve. Don't forget, tomorrow needs you. Bye, guys.